please.
Yeah, so there's two separate data sets here. The first is the 1916 to 2006, and this is the data that the people from the Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada have recorded. And in this case, it's basically just plant mortality. So they know when events have occurred that have caused fruit crop damage. Based on climate.
Based on the situation of the food crops,
Yes.
they will know this year is not so good for the crop production or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if there actually was a freeze event that damaged a crop, they would record when that occurred. Okay, so that's where they get the 16 severe winter kill events.
16 severe winter kill events has happened in November. 2 November, 8 in December. Okay, yeah.
And then the second data set is the 1948 to 2006 data set. And this is the data set where we actually did the synoptic weather typing. So this is the one that we identified the Arctic outflow events from.
Arctic outflow events means a very cold wind is coming from the northern parts or something like that.
Yeah, it's basically cold air drainage from the interior of the province down through the valleys.
Down to the valleys.
Yeah, so you...
I see this map, this phenomenon.
Yeah, so you have tight pressure gradients along the coast, and you have basically cold air draining from the interior of the province out.
High pressure. This is high pressure.
Yeah. So
it's coming like this.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is you have cold, dense air draining out of valleys from the interior of the province to the coast. So the Okanagan Valley would be one where you'd have this phenomenon. And they're very rare. They only happen a few times a year, usually.
Do you know in Japan we have the Yamase? Do you know Yamase is called in the Tohoku area?
Okay.
In summertime.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have very cold air is coming from the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
So that we cannot gain good production of rice.
Okay.
So that's so-called Yamase.
Okay.
But it's not every year has happened, but sometimes has happened. So Arctic outflow is very bad for the Canadian agricultural situation.
Yes.
Is it?
Because the most extreme low temperatures typically occur during these Arctic outflow events.
Okay, so I understand. So you pointed out this is this time the agricultural production is not so good or something like that. Time series.
Yes.
And also you pointed out the Arctic flow events.
Yes.
But the question is how can you apply the chi-squared method? How can you do that?
That I don't know, honestly.
That you don't know.
No, I don't.
You don't know.
No, I was just the Arctic outflow. It was basically So we identified basically 9 synoptic map patterns, and the one that they're most interested in were the Arctic outflow events. Yeah. So in this case, they only occur about 3%.
Other time cyclonic zonal. This is the type of the circulation pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
But during the same periods. No, period is different. Period is different times.
So there's nine. Each day could be classified into one of these nine different types of map types. So most of the days, for example, are cyclonic or anticyclonic type events. So these are the frequencies here. This 9 is this one is これですよね。2 events or 2 occurrences in November, 8 in December, 4 in January. No, but 2 in February. But if we summarize this, maybe 14 or something like that. Nothing to do with this. No, these are completely separate. So these are the times where they actually had
16 severe events, winter events. But it's not severe. No, it's not 16 here. 9 here. Oh, sorry. Here 9. It's a type.
Oh no. So these are the weather types.
Only the types.
Only the weather types.
Okay, and this is the 16 events. Listed here.
Yeah,
16 events. These are the 16 winter severe freeze events.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, what they found was that of these events that they noted in the past, the majority of them are associated with these Arctic outflow events, which is why they're interested So the weather pattern that's associated with those fruit kills was the Arctic outflow.
Okay, thank you. So you are belonging to Environment Canada, but you also can get the production data sets.
Yes.
Is it
So
here?
it's a different federal department. So Environment Canada is one department of the federal government. Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada is another department of the federal government. Then we work together.
So in the library, can I get those kind of data sets? And I mean that we have to apply for online services or something like that.
It's possible. Anything that's part of the federal government you should be able to get from the library here. It's just a question of whether they actually physically have the documents in the library or whether they have to request them. But if they're not actually there, they can be requested for sure. Yeah.
Okay, because what I'm going to do is trying to figure out the future projection of the crop yield.
Yes.
But I'm now working on the global scales.
Yes.
But maybe I have a chance coming to here. So I want to forecast the future production of crops in British Columbia.
Yeah.
So to do that, maybe I need the time series data sets of precipitation and temperature data sets, and also together with the crop yield data sets at the same periods.
Yes.
So those data sets, how can I get it here if I come here?
Well, the temperature and precipitation, certainly we have that data.
Daily?
Yes.
With a gridded or points data. Yes. Sometimes points data you have one.
We have point data or derived gridded data.
Okay, that sounds great.
So there's one of the main products is it's about a 10-kilometer gridded temperature and precipitation data set for all of Canada.
10 grids.
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
Yeah.
So they connected to the GCM. The size is almost the same that of the general circulation models.
Oh no, much finer.
Much finer.
10 kilometer.
10 kilometers. 10 kilometers. 1 degree. Almost 1 degree.
No, that's 100.
100.
100
kilometers. 100 kilometers 1 degree. So 0.1. Okay. So maybe anyway I will read through. I read through these articles, and I think the chi square methodology is. I wonder how they apply for that. So maybe I will study for that.
Yeah, you would have to. Because honestly, I didn't really understand what they were doing at first.
Okay, it's okay. The other two papers, what did you do? I thought it's kind of a text. This paper. You sent 3 papers.
Yes. This one here is it's a fairly simple. So what they're trying to do is figure out the future extent of this Garry Oak ecosystem. So the Garry Oak is this particular
But
tree.
it's a tree.
Yeah. It's it has, I guess, historical significance, and it's one of the threatened. I think it's the only oak that's native to the Pacific Northwest. There's a national park that's associated with it, and so they're trying to figure out management strategies. So how to manage the park to maximize the, I guess, viability of the Garry Oak into the future under changing climate. So it's a fairly simple application of bioclimatic envelope models. It's basically just models that try to predict the present distribution of a species based on climate parameters. So,
species, animals.
Animals or plants.
But trees. Animals or plants.
Yep. So what you have is a data set where you have known occurrences of a species, and then you try to basically predict that using climate parameters. So it's trying to figure out basically the climate envelope associated with that species. Once you've figured out that model, then you can drive it with data from GCMs to try to figure out what the potential, I guess, suitability of habitat will be in the future for that species.
So climate zone is changing because of the climate change.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
In Canada.
Yes.
I mean, moving to the north.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a question of where will this species be suited to grow? in the future based on climate change scenarios.
でもspecies cannot move, so they have to die. But they can move.
That's what they're trying to figure out. Is if, for example, they may protect certain areas, they may plant in certain areas where they wouldn't have in the past.
Okay, so this is that kind of research. Okay, thank you very much. これで、あとあなたはこのディマンドウォーターの you're also working on the water projects. Climate surface for the Okanagan Basin water supply demand projects. It means kind of a socioeconomic points of view. Human population or something like that.
Yes, the Okanagan Basin is a very water-stressed area. There's a lot of competing demands for water. So there's increasing urbanization, which wants water. There's agricultural crops, so wine crops, fruit crops, that also have demands for water. It's a question of what will the demand be in the future, and will there be enough water to actually meet that demand? So my role in this has been mainly on developing the climate data surfaces. So there's a very sparse observational network in the Okanagan, but the terrain is fairly complex. So it's a question of coming up with the fine-scale gridded data to support some of the water demand modeling exercises.
It's something like a WebGIS.
This was developed by a former colleague who was working on this.
Like creating a shapefile or something like that. So maybe
no, it's within. You're right. It's within. It's built on a GIS platform, and it's basically just an interpolation algorithm, coming up with fairly 500-meter temperature and precipitation data set, daily time step.
So you are also working on the GIS.
I am not a GIS person. I often work with spatial data, but usually within, something like R or Python, a scripting language. Other people that are involved in this project are GIS scientists. So my role in this was mainly the development of the future climate scenarios based on the fine-scale historical data set that was already built. So it's how do you project that into the future?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, thank you.